You walk into a room, a dog looks up at you, and in the next 30 seconds, without a single word, that dog has already decided whether you're safe or not. Most people have no idea this is even happening. Dogs don't think like humans. They read body language first. A stiff posture, direct eye contact, or nervous energy can instantly make a dog uncomfortable. Dogs run a silent test on every human they meet, and your body, your energy, your movement, you're either passing or failing it right now. Every time a dog encounters a stranger, something quiet but serious is happening behind those eyes. They're not just sniffing you out of curiosity, they're collecting data. The way you move, fast or slow, tense or relaxed, tells them everything before you even reach out your hand. Dogs notice micro movements, nervous shifting, stiff posture, forced confidence. It all reads wrong. When someone tries too hard to seem friendly, dogs back away. Not because the person is bad, but because something feels off, and dogs trust that feeling completely. First impressions aren't about treats or tricks, they're about the energy you bring before you do anything else. You can spend weeks fixing a bad first impression, or take 30 seconds and get it right from the start. Not every dog warms up to every person. You've probably seen it. A dog that ignores one guest but immediately leans against another. That's not random. That's survival instinct doing exactly what it was built to do. Dogs carry their past with them. A dog that was handled roughly doesn't forget. A loud voice, a heavy hand, a sudden grab. These leave marks that last years. When a new person walks in, that dog runs a quiet check against everything it's already learned. Safe behavior looks specific. Slow movement, calm energy, no reaching over the head, no forced eye contact. When a person checks those boxes naturally, a dog notices. When they don't, the dog pulls back, not out of stubbornness, but out of something much older and much smarter than that. Some people walk into a room and dogs just settle. They don't do anything obvious, they don't try, but something about them tells every dog in the space, this person is safe. It starts with the voice, not what they say, but how they say it. A low, steady tone lands differently than high-pitched excitement. Dogs aren't responding to words, they're responding to the signal behind the words. Then there's patience. A calm person doesn't rush the dog, doesn't pull it in, doesn't hover over it, doesn't fill every silence with noise. They give the dog room to come forward on its own terms, and consistency, showing up the same way day after day, turns that calm into trust. Trust doesn't happen fast, but once it does, it holds. You can't fake it around a dog. You might fool another person. You won't fool your dog. When you're stressed, your body gives it away. Faster breathing, a shift in posture, a change in how you move through a room. Dogs pick up on all of it. Studies show they can detect changes in human scent triggered by stress hormones. That's not a trick. That's biology. Anger reads even louder. A stiff jaw, a hard walk, sharp movements. Dogs register these as threats even when they're not directed at them. On the other side, gentle people move softly, speak at a lower register, and slow everything down without thinking about it. Dogs are drawn to that, not because gentle people are performing anything, but because that kind of energy tells a dog that nothing bad is coming. Trust with a dog isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the small ones, the ones you barely notice but your dog never misses. Feeding them at the same time every day tells them the world is predictable. Predictable means safe. A walk where you let them sniff instead of rushing them forward, that's giving them control over something, and dogs remember that. Respecting a dog's boundaries matters more than most owners realize. When a dog turns away, that's communication. Honoring it instead of overriding it builds more trust than any treat ever could. And then there's quiet time, just being near each other without needing anything from one another. No commands, no performance, just presence. That kind of companionship is what dogs are really looking for from the humans they live with. There's a moment, quiet and easy to miss, when a dog decides you're their person. They don't announce it. They just start acting like it's already true. They follow you from room to room. Not because they need something, just because being near you is where they want to be. They sleep near you, or against you, or with their back facing you, which is actually a major sign of trust. A dog that shows you its back is telling you it's not watching for danger because you're there. Eye contact means something different with dogs. A slow, soft gaze in your direction is a dog choosing to connect, and the belly, exposing it completely, means total vulnerability. A dog that rolls over for you has decided, at the deepest level, that you are safe. That's not nothing. That's everything. A rescue dog doesn't start fresh. It carries every room it's ever been left in, every voice that scared it, every hand it couldn't predict. Walking into a new home doesn't erase any of that. Fear-based behavior gets misread constantly. A dog that hides isn't being difficult. A dog that flinches isn't broken. It's a dog that learned the hard way that people aren't always safe, and it's waiting to find out whether you're different. Healing doesn't come from one good day. It comes from 100 consistent ones. Same routine, same tone, same response when the dog tests the edge of trust and then steps back. Every time you don't punish that retreat, you're making a deposit. Eventually, the dog stops waiting for things to go wrong. That shift is slow, but when it happens, it's real in a way that nothing else matches. Most people who struggle with dogs aren't cruel. They're just making the same quiet mistakes that push dogs away without realizing it. Forced affection is the big one. Grabbing a dog that didn't come to you, pulling it into a hug, holding its face, it feels loving to a human. To a dog, it feels like being trapped. That single habit breaks more trust than almost anything else. Loud punishment confuses more than it corrects. A dog doesn't connect the scolding to the action from 2 minutes ago. It just learns that you become unpredictable and scary sometimes, and that's not a foundation anything good can be built on. Ignoring what a dog is telling you, the look away, the lip lick, the slow blink, leaves it no option but to escalate. And inconsistency, more than anything, makes a dog anxious. Dogs need to know what to expect. When they can't, everything feels like a potential threat. Dogs bond deeply, but they're not locked in. Life changes, and so do they. When a family goes through upheaval, a move, a separation, a new baby, a dog picks up on the shift. The person who used to be the calm center might now be stressed and unavailable. Another person steps into that space. Quietly, without ceremony, the dog adjusts. Neglect drives the shift faster than anything else. A dog that's ignored, understimulated, or left alone too much starts looking for connection where it can find it. That's not disloyalty, that's a living thing meeting its own needs. But attention, real attention, can rebuild what was lost. A dog that drifted towards someone else can come back. It just takes the same thing that built the bond the first time, showing up consistently in a way that tells the dog, "You matter, and I'm here." Dogs don't ask for much, but what they do ask for runs deeper than most people realize. They don't want to be dominated. They want to feel safe. There's a difference, and it matters. A dog under a dominant hand learns to comply. A dog that feels safe learns to trust. Only one of those builds a real relationship. They want routine. Not because they're simple, but because predictability tells them nothing bad is coming. They want to be seen when they communicate, not overridden. They want to belong somewhere, to someone who shows up the same way every day. And underneath all of it, under the training, the walks, the feeding schedules, what a dog really wants is exactly what every living thing wants: to love something and to know without having to wonder that it's loved back. Give a dog that, and you'll never have to wonder whether you're their person. They'll make it obvious.